feel like a win? And what's your overview of the performance? Because it looked a bit kind of stodgy.
Good word, that.
I don't know what it means.
I think mixed, to be honest. Mixed feelings. I think we know we weren't quite at our best. I think credit West Ham for that, a little bit of closing certain spaces up, but I think we can be better. The boys are a bit frustrated and disappointed probably with that, which is a really good sign for me. You know, and then finishing with a late goal when we've had to find one is a good moment and another positive for us to know that we can do that, and we don't want to have to pull on it and use it too often. But I think in the grand scheme of things, as a point, something where we can take, and we kind of dust ourselves down a little bit, assess it, take these games over a 5-game period, and to just have one draw in there, I think is a big positive. So mixed feelings really.
You gamble at the end in the last 10 minutes when he brought Xerxes on, went 3 at the back, but you risked, and they could have got a second. And that was worth it to get.
It's always worth it, yeah. It's always worth it to try and get something out of the game. I think I have to say credit to Lenny. I thought his two bits of defending 1v1 and defending the counter attack, which we knew he was going to have to do at times, throwing the bodies forward. I thought them 2 moments where he's blocked and were huge moments, so he deserves a lot of credit for that, to give us the chance to then go and get the goal that'll kind of get something out of the game. And we had moments. Josh had a chance. Obviously Casemiro had the chance, which I'm not seeing it, but must have been close. And then big moment for Ben. So yeah, we had to go for it. You know, we had to try and get something out of the game. And credit to the lads for keep going.
Hi, Michael. How much thought did you give to starting Benjamin tonight? He's obviously made an impact off the bench a few times. And did you consider bringing him on any earlier? Because it felt for a while like you were missing that kind of focal point of a striker tonight. A lot of the build-up play was nice, but kind of missing that.
Yeah, it's always the balance. You know, I think the boys have done fantastically well, who have played as well. So it's that's the importance of the whole group and the importance of the squad. And I've said it. I've said it to them after every game, and I only say it because it's that important. And as I said, Lenny's come on and made a big difference for us tonight in big moments, and then Ben scored again. So Ben's doing a lot of work. He's in a good place. You know, he's ready to kick on. It's just managing the kind of the balance, you know. And yeah, we could have changed things a little bit earlier. That's obviously the decision. We're always trying to make the right one. And we're actually having a bit of a spell in the game at that point where we thought we might come back into it, and Casemiro's goal. And so there's a balance, but certainly when he came on the pitch, he made a big difference.
Andy? Hi Michael, it's the first time you've not had like a full week into a game. How much did the difference did that make in terms of your preparation and the performance?
No, that's is what it is. That didn't make a difference for us. I think we know how hard it is to put a run together in this league. Every team shows that. It's not easy to build and win every game, you know. So sometimes you got to pull on different things. Sometimes it naturally comes and it flows, and you get everything clicks and you look really dangerous and there's a spark. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult, as Simon says, maybe a little bit stodgy, but it's sometimes it just doesn't quite work. You got to find the answers and find a way. And listen, we prefer to doing it with a clean sheet. I think if we were really at it, we'd have a clean sheet and give us a chance of winning the game. That's the frustrating one, really, with a goal that we conceded from a flow that was kind of in their corner. That's but sometimes you got football throws things up and you got to do it. So you know, as I said, in the grand scheme of things, we've managed to take something from it and move on.
Rob and then Carl.
Just on Ben, it's obviously a big move for a young striker to come to the Premier League. And at times before you arrived, he looked a little bit short of confidence, but he's come up with 2 massive goals for you now, and the finish tonight, it looks like the finish of someone who's been in the league for years. Yeah,
it's an unbelievable finish from the angle to kind of generate that, to get it on target, to finish it. It's some goal from him, and he's capable of that, Ben. You know, he's done it over time. It's not that he's just suddenly burst on the scene. He's been doing it. He's proven that he can score goals as well, and he's been doing it in training for us as well. So it's not surprising, to be honest. I think that's what he does. It's what he's good at, but certainly to be actually do it and to feel it. As I said, the last one would have done him the world of good, the winner. Tonight, a little bit different with the emotion of the game, but certainly important and a big moment for him and us.
Good evening, Mr. Carrick. Just want to talk about Kobe Mainoo a little bit. He's often described as a midfielder who doesn't always make the highlight reel. As someone who used to be a midfielder is now a coach. Could you explain that sort of player to the layman or to any like young players out there? What is that sort
I
of
think
player?
he just plays his role in the team, Kobe. I think he's playing next to Casemiro. I think they've got a really good partnership and kind of complement each other. And basically, as a midfielder, you're trying to connect the team and you're trying to bring everything together, whether that's with the ball, without the ball. And he certainly takes the ball. I think we all realise that he'll take the ball everywhere and he'll connect the whole team. And he's not always going to be the one that maybe has the final action, but he certainly starts a lot of our moves, and he's having a big impact on the team at the moment, which is great to see.
During your playing days, Rio Ferdinand once asked why he liked playing with you, and he simply said, "I like Michael Carrick because he passes the ball forward." When you're up against a team like West Ham who sat deep, how hard is it to get the ball forward?
Yeah, it's challenging because listen, we're all craving for it. You know, I'm on the side of the pitch, and you're wanting them moments where you can open them up and you can be really positive. I think there's that balance as well of a team like that who are so dangerous on transition and on regains and turnovers with the pace they have and the way that they can attack so fast. So there's a real element of getting the balance between risking passes through the middle or risking a pass to then give away to then try. So you've got to be in. As much as you want to go and progress, you still got to be in a position to manage the game and have an element of control. And we probably just went a little bit more in terms of the control tonight at times, but that's something we'll get towards. And the fact that we still scored the goal at the end, you know, I think we can't be too down or too disappointed. I think there's you got to understand the context of the game and where we're at, and we can still take a lot from the game.
Chris, and then last one for Nathan.
Hi, Michael. You haven't got a game for a little while now, so just wondering what's the plan for the next couple of weeks? Is staying in Manchester or getting away? Or?
Yeah, I stay in Manchester. I think it's a chance to do a bit of both, of refresh a little bit. A few boys carrying knocks and niggles and a few strains that we can kind of clean up as you would expect at this stage of the season, and then obviously do some good work. And I think they do need a little bit of a breather and kind of digest where we're at really after this period of time. And take a deep breath and then come back, learn from it, and kind of clear the head and come back stronger again. So it'll be a little mixed, but it's a strange one, obviously, 13 days, but we'll definitely use it and make the most of it.
Late goals are a bit of a tradition at this club. For Arsenal, West Ham and Fulham, I've seen that. Has that been a bit of a message from you to the players, or to always keep going?
I think it's a huge part of it. I think you've got to have that spirit, and sometimes you've got to find a way, you know. And we all try and want the perfect kind of performance. Well, not perfect, but you know, the kind of best we can be. Sometimes it doesn't quite happen, but it doesn't mean you give up. And we obviously went for it. You know, we went with three at the back and the rest all attacking basically towards the end to try and find that goal. And I think that's the way we should do it at that moment. And we managed to pull it off. So I was delighted with the boys.
Michael, just on the attack, you've got so much versatility, especially when Ben's not in there. Brian can play on the left, Bruno. How difficult is that to try and find the right balance? And obviously with Ben there, it's slightly different again.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit on different games as well, and situation in games, and how you want to attack, where the space is or what the game looks like. We probably didn't quite get the balance right, if we're honest, you know, for the first part of the game. Which happens, you know, that happens, and sometimes, you know, teams are allowed to stop you from scoring, so we just got to find that way. But we kept going and mixed things up, and because we have got that flexibility, I think it certainly helps to find different solutions.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, cheers guys.